What if the person you love the most is the one slowly destroying you? Toxic relationships often creep in silently. They don't always begin with pain or cruelty. In fact, they often start with passion, connection, and a sense of destiny. But as Carl Jung reminds us, what lies in the shadow eventually reveals itself. Today, let's uncover the hidden signs that you may be trapped in a toxic bond, and why Jung believed such relationships reflect the unhealed parts of our own psyche. Sign 1. Constant emotional drain. One of the clearest signs of a toxic relationship is a sense of constant emotional exhaustion. Healthy love should give you energy, even during conflict. It should feel like you have someone to lean on, not another weight to carry. But in a toxic relationship, every interaction leaves you feeling depleted. You may notice that simple conversations spiral into arguments, or that your partner's moods dictate your own. At first, you might dismiss this drain as stress, as part of life, or even blame yourself for being too sensitive. But pay attention. Love should not consistently feel like survival. When being with someone costs you your peace of mind, you're paying a price far greater than love is worth. Carl Jung believed that relationships act as mirrors, reflecting back to us the state of our own psyche. If you feel emotionally drained day after day, it's a sign that the bond is not nourishing your growth, but consuming it. Instead of becoming more alive and authentic, you feel smaller, weaker, and more anxious. Ask yourself, do you feel more like yourself when you're away from them? If the answer is yes, then your relationship isn't a source of life, but a drain on it. And that is not love. It's dependency disguised as connection. Sign 2. Walking on eggshells. Another powerful sign of a toxic relationship is the constant feeling that you must tiptoe around your partner, as if every word, every action, even every silence might set them off. In a healthy relationship, you feel free to express yourself openly. Disagreements may happen, but they don't lead to fear. In a toxic dynamic, however, you start filtering your words, hiding your real thoughts, and even altering your behavior to avoid conflict. Over time, this becomes exhausting, and it erodes your sense of authenticity. Carl Jung warned about the dangers of repression. He explained that when we silence parts of ourselves to please others, those repressed emotions don't vanish. They build up in the unconscious and return as anxiety, depression, or even physical illness. Living in constant fear of triggering your partner is not a compromise. It's a slow destruction of the self. Ask yourself, do you feel like you can be fully honest in this relationship? Or do you carry a low-level fear that never leaves, a fear of saying the wrong thing? If your love feels more like a stage performance, rehearsed, cautious, and constrained, then it's not love at all. It's survival in disguise. Sign 3. Gaslighting and manipulation. One of the most destructive elements of a toxic relationship is gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation where your partner twists reality to make you doubt your own mind. It often begins subtly. Maybe they deny something you clearly remember. Maybe they tell you that you're too emotional, too sensitive, or that you're imagining things. Over time, you start second-guessing yourself. Did that really happen? Am I overreacting? Maybe it really is my fault. This confusion is intentional. The more you doubt your own perception, the more control they gain. It's like they rewrite reality, and you're forced to live inside their version of the truth. Carl Jung once said, "The greatest danger in life is to become unconscious of oneself." Gaslighting does exactly that. It pulls you away from your inner compass, from the ability to trust your own intuition and experience. It leaves you powerless, dependent on the manipulator to define what is real. Ask yourself, do you constantly feel the need to defend your memory, your emotions, or your choices? Do you apologize excessively, even when you're not sure what you did wrong? If so, you may not be the problem. You may be experiencing gaslighting. Love should ground you in reality, not make you lose it. If someone consistently makes you question your own sanity, they are not your partner. They are your captor. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps more people discover these ideas. And if you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of the mind, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the video. Sign 4. Isolation. Another warning sign of a toxic relationship is isolation. At first, it may appear as deep affection. Your partner might say they just want to spend all their time with you. That can feel flattering in the beginning, like you are their whole world. But slowly, this attention can turn into control. You may notice they discourage you from seeing certain friends, criticize your family, or make you feel guilty for wanting time alone. They might phrase it as, "I just don't trust them," or "Why do you need anyone else when you have me?" Over time, without even realizing it, you begin cutting ties with your support system. Carl Jung believed that individuation, the process of becoming whole, requires connection to the world, to community, to a larger life beyond just one person. A relationship that isolates you from others does not help you grow. It imprisons you in a smaller and smaller reality. The danger of isolation is that once your world shrinks to only one person, you lose perspective. You have no outside voices to remind you what's healthy and what isn't. The toxic partner becomes the sole source of validation. And that's exactly what gives them complete power over you. Ask yourself, do you feel more and more alone, even though you're in a relationship? If your world is getting smaller instead of larger, if your connections are fading instead of flourishing, you may already be trapped in the silent cage of isolation. Sign 5. Cycles of idealization and devaluation. Toxic relationships rarely stay the same every day. Instead, they swing between extremes, moments of intense love and affection, followed by sudden coldness, criticism, or even cruelty. This cycle is what keeps so many people stuck. In the beginning, your partner might place you on a pedestal. They shower you with compliments, attention, and affection, making you feel like you've finally found the one. This is the idealization phase. But over time, the warmth fades, and it's replaced with distance, blame, or harsh words. That's the devaluation phase. The contrast between these two states is powerful. You begin craving the good times, believing that if you just try harder, you'll win back the love you once had. But this hope is the trap. The cycle repeats again and again, highs followed by devastating lows, and it becomes addictive, much like gambling. You stay for the chance of another high. Carl Jung wrote, "Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking." In toxic relationships, what masquerades as love is actually a battle for power. The cycle of idealization and devaluation isn't love at all. It's control dressed as passion. Ask yourself, do you often feel like you're chasing the person they were in the beginning instead of the person they are now? Do you hold on to brief moments of kindness as proof that the relationship is worth it? If so, you may be caught in this dangerous cycle, one designed to keep you hooked, not happy. Sign 6. Loss of identity. Perhaps the most devastating sign of a toxic relationship is the slow erosion of who you are. In the beginning, you may still recognize yourself, your hobbies, your dreams, your friendships, your laughter. But as time passes, you notice those things fading. You stop doing what you love, you silence your opinions, and you start existing only in relation to the other person. It's not always sudden. It's often a gradual process, like water wearing away stone. Maybe you give up a passion because they mock it. Maybe you abandon a goal because they discourage it. Little by little, your life begins to orbit entirely around them, their moods, their needs, their approval. Carl Jung believed that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But in a toxic relationship, that privilege is stolen. You lose sight of your individuality, your essence, your soul. The relationship consumes your identity until you feel like a shadow of your former self. Ask yourself, do you recognize the person you've become? Or do you feel like a stranger in your own life? If you have lost your spark, your independence, and your sense of self-worth, it's not because you are weak. It's because the relationship is draining the life out of you. Remember, love should not erase you. It should expand you. True love makes you more yourself, not less. If being with someone requires sacrificing your identity, it's not love. It's bondage. Recognizing these signs is painful. Sometimes it feels easier to deny them, to cling to the hope that things will change, or to tell yourself, it's not that bad. But awareness is the first step toward freedom. When you see the truth clearly, you can no longer be trapped by the illusion. Carl Jung taught that relationships often reflect the hidden parts of ourselves, our shadow. Toxic love forces us to confront where we've abandoned ourselves, where we've accepted less than we deserve, and where our own wounds keep us bound to unhealthy patterns. In this way, even a toxic relationship can serve as a teacher. It shows us what must heal inside, so we no longer accept destruction in the name of love. If you find yourself in these signs, don't see it as weakness, see it as awakening. You now hold the power to choose differently, to set boundaries, to walk away if necessary, and to rebuild the self that has been buried under fear and control. Love is not meant to shrink you, silence you, or strip you of your identity. Love is meant to make you more alive, more whole, more yourself. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments which sign spoke to you the most. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who may need it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.